Are you a musician? Have you been out playing music for other people? You've been in front of other people? Do you feel good about how you play in front of other people? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But more than likely, if you've been out in front of people, you've got a couple of blind spots about how you perform for people. We're going to dig in to find out what some of those blind spots might be today in this video. Coming up. Welcome to Learn About Music, and on this channel, my name's Todd. We talk about all kinds of things about music. I've been a student of music for about 40 some years now, and I dig into all sorts of things about why things work, whether it be about how an instrument works, about some of the small little things, some of the weird things about acoustics and physics. Well, we talk about music and try to give you information as a developing musician, and also not just as a developing musician. Maybe you're just a curious onlooker and you want to know more about music. You are in the right place here. So let's dig into our topic today. Well, if you've been around musicians for any period of time, I'm sure you know some different people who perform on a regular basis. We call these people artists, whether they be musicians, anybody who does something, whether they're a dancer or a singing, or a player of some sort. You know one of these people. And obviously, they can sing, they're amazing at what they do, but sometimes there are things that I like to call blind spots that are overlooked. And you know what I'm talking about. That's that one thing that they do on stage that sort of sticks out. It's out of character. Maybe it draws attention to them. Something about their performance, which I like to call a blind spot, that can be easily rectified, that can be fixed, and their performance would be so much better. And as it is, many talented people have this problem. They don't even see it. They think that what they're doing looks fine, and some of the reason for that is many people don't like to be in front of a camera. And because of that, they don't go back and look at the performances and see the things that they do and try to fix them. So today we're going to pick on singers. And those pesky singers, they're usually the person who's out in front of a band, or maybe it's just them singing alone. We're going to pick on singers today because that's a good place to start. That's right, you pesky singers lead us through so much drama in the band that why not? We're going to pick on you today. So, we have here on the screen here, we've got one of the Todds, and he is sitting up here, and he's on stage and he's singing here. And you can see from his performance that he is a little bit crazy. He's just like a bit over the top in his performance. Now sometimes it's okay to be over the top like that, and that's fine. Now here's another Todd. This is the second Todd, and this guy's just a bit odd. He's got some strange habits that he does as he's performing, and you can see that sort of gets in the way. This guy might be the greatest singer in the world, but some of the things that he's doing have got in the way as you look at these performances here. Here's some things that are a little bit more or less obvious when we talk about this. Sometimes as a singer and you're on stage and perhaps you're singing a song that is a story-based song. So the song is talking about a very difficult time in your life, and as you're singing through the song, you know, and your face will be like this, it'll be very serious, and you're singing into the microphone, and then all of a sudden you're dropping out of character. Often, one of the things that singers do and they forget is that they lose character for the song that they're singing. So that's one of the things that we can see that's a blind spot. And that doesn't just apply for singers, that can be for any band. If the band is unaware of the mood of the song they're playing and they're just happy-go-lucky and doing it, is making a disconnect for the audience. And the audience is like, well, what are they doing? Another piece of that when we talk about the audience is not looking at the audience. Often they'll have singers who think that they are really clever or they're really moody, and there's a time and a place for that on stage. But if you never look at the audience, that's a major disconnect. They want to see your eyes, and that's every person on stage. They want to see you looking out and connecting with them. You know, and even if that's as simple as connecting with 6 different places in the room. So if you divided the room into 6 quadrants like I show here, you have the people who are in the front third, left, center, and right, and then in the back third, left, center, and right. And if you can connect on those, that helps you to connect with all of the audience and make people feel like they matter if you can connect with each of those sections. And along with that is not staying engaged with the audience. So if the audience is responding and you're not responding to them, they think you don't care. So if you've got somebody and he's got a fist pump in the air and you can point him out, some level of engagement of the audience, or you have somebody who yells something out to you and you just respond to them. Yeah, man, that's right. That's what we're doing. We're rocking it, man. Woohoo! Any type of engagement that you can have with the audience that creates that back and forth, it goes a long way for your audience really staying engaged. Also, one of the biggest ones, if we go back to Weird Todd here, and we look at Weird Todd here, it's pretty obvious that he might not be aware of how he looks on stage. And one of the biggest problems I see with singers and any musicians on stage is they may have a weird physical characteristic that they do. And I just say weird, and I don't mean that to be demeaning. Something that looks out of place for who they are on stage. And if you're a student of watching other people on stage who play your instrument and watch how they do that, you can pick up things that they do that look more natural. And so oftentimes it can be something as simple as how you have your hand on your hip, how you raise your hand, as to how it's angled. Do you leave it there too long? Do you have a nervous habit of scratching your face or your head or wiping your nose and you don't even know it? That's, again, getting back to seeing on camera exactly what you do and then practicing those things so that it becomes second nature when you're on stage. And along with that is those facial expressions. What are you doing with your face? I was in high school, and it was the first time I had ever tried out for a musical. And I was an instrumentalist, and so I'd never sang in front of a group of people before. And so I went up to audition for this part, for singing this part, and as I'm singing the song, I had one eye shut, and I had it winked shut like this, and I didn't even know it. And so afterwards, a friend of mine came up to me and said, why did you have why were you squinting in the one eye? It looked really bizarre. And I said, I didn't even know I was doing it. And those are the kinds of things that you need to have some level of awareness so that you can fix that. And that when people see you, you don't have to be a good-looking person. I mean, I certainly am not. But you do have to be aware of some of those things that get in the way of communicating with the audience so that they can enjoy what you're doing. And let's face it, we get lost in our talent. We're enjoying, we're playing, we're laying down this solo, we're laying down this groove, we're pounding on the drum set and having a great time. If we're not aware of some of those blind spots, it can get in the way of us putting on the best show that we can possibly put on. And we're going to lose the audience's favor, and we're going to lose their attention. And that's the last thing we want. We want people to keep showing up at our gigs. That's part of our professional obligation is to keep the audience engaged, entertain them, and keep them so that they want to come back and see more of this at another time. Now, I know there's some people who might disagree with this, say, I can be the quirky, moody singer and hang on my mic. If you look at this guy here, here's another one of the Todds, and this is the shy Todd. Maybe shy Todd here doesn't think that he's being shy. Maybe he just thinks he's being really internal in how he's expressing himself. Look at him. Oh, yeah, he just thinks he is really something inside of himself, just digging it. But he's not. He's losing the audience here. There might be a time and a place in a specific song, in a specific setting where you could do that for a short bit. But if you do that for too long, game over. And you've got to avoid those kinds of blind spots that'll cost you in your performance. Because honestly, as a band, as a musician, it's our obligation to say, come on guys, let's go put a show on in the barn. When we do that kind of a thing, and when we really express ourselves, and we strip away those things that get in the way of people really enjoying us, we're doing our job. We're doing our job to entertain people. And that's part of being a better musician, and that's what you want to be as you develop as a young musician. So, question of the day. What kinds of characteristics have you found out about yourself that you've had to bring under control? Go ahead and put that in the comments below. I'd be interested to see what it is for you. I know for me, as I took off my guitar for the first time and started to sing some songs without a guitar on, I had hand problems and they just looked awkward and stuff. And I've had to really work on that at times here. But for you, I'm interested in what those are. Put those in the comments below. And I really appreciate you being here today. This is a new channel, and we're trying to provide some information for you that are going to help you as a musician as you develop here. If you like the video, I'd really be thankful if you hit the like button, subscribe if you like, and come on back. There's going to be some more videos coming up in the future, and you can find out more about me. My name's Todd. I'm 6'5", 220, cut like a piece of granite, and we'll see you next time.